follow-up video to two of the videos. So I made a vegan rocky road, which was just with using a water ganache rather than butter in the mixture, and butter or margarine, and it worked out pretty well. And then I've also in the past I've made a water ganache kind of like layered biscuit terrine type of thing. So a layer of chocolate, layer of biscuit, layer of chocolate, layer of biscuit. Turns out kind of quite nice. The last one I made was a vegan version, and it was good, but it just wasn't how exactly I wanted it. So I kind of thought what we'll do is we'll take the chocolate mixture that we used in the Rocky Road and we'll remake the vegan biscuit layery chocolatey thing, and so use it, and the Rocky Road had in like half the amount of water. So it was, for example, the Rocky Road was 100 grams worth of chocolate and 50 grams worth of water. The original one that I made, no, the original layered chocolatey biscuity thing was half and half. So it was 100 grams of water, 100 grams of chocolate. So this one we're going to use 50 grams of water, 100 grams worth of chocolate, that mix. But there's 200 grams of chocolate in there, so therefore there's 100 grams worth of water. And then we've got some Ginger Biscuits, because that's what we've got in the cupboard. And a margarine container. I know I berated margarine, and I don't think you should put it in your body, but I've got loads of margarine containers. Make that of you will. So, chocolate in the bottom. And then what we're going to do is we kind of need to, melted the chocolate over water, in case you haven't seen any other kind of videos. Not boiling water. The water doesn't touch the bowl, because you don't want to scorch the chocolate. It's just to melt it, and then you give it a whisk as it melts, and it forms this nice water ganache. So, bit of chocolate in the bottom, and then biscuits in, and then what we're going to do is there will be some gaps in between the biscuits. So what we need to do is we need to plug those gaps with more biscuits. So as you can see there's kind of quite a large gap. So what we need to make sure is a biscuit goes on top of that. So you'll see what I do. So a bit more chocolate. Just kind of need to remember where that is. So that's definitely where. So we need a whole biscuit on that side there, and then a biscuit like that there. Hope this is going to work. And then we'll just squish that with a bit more chocolate. But you get the idea. I'm not going to do it all on camera, but you'll get the idea of what I'm doing, and then it's just a case of repeating right the way to the top of the container. So that will work there, and then we've got a cut of biscuit just in case. So that kind of goes there. So the next layer, as we kind of go up, there's that kind of area there that certainly needs a biscuit over it as well. And then we've got some offcuts of biscuits, which we just need to put at the end. So that there, is that going to be about enough? Yeah, that'll be fine. Do that one there. There's a bit of guesswork, so a bit more chocolate in there. So what goes where? That one can go in there like that, and then we just need to, we can break that one off, and that can just slot into there like that. And we might just dump a couple of bits of biscuit in there just to be on the safe side as well. So then another layer of chocolate, another layer of biscuit, another layer of chocolate, another layer of biscuit. End layer needs to be chocolate, just so it looks nice. I'll lick my finger. So there we go. So pause the video. Oh, that chocolate's lovely. You can see it's cheap chocolate. Yeah, so it's just the cheapest chocolate that you can buy in the supermarket, like the Smart Price. It's not called Smart Price anymore, but you kind of get the idea. Or the little, just basic dark chocolate. As you mix it, and I'll explain, that you kind of have to use dark chocolate. Even though if you're not a fan of dark chocolate, you're going to water that dark chocolate flavour down with the water and the biscuit. So you're not necessarily going to taste, it's not going to taste like eating dark chocolate, because I know a lot of people don't actually like dark chocolate, but you need to use dark chocolate, otherwise it'll just be a little bit too milky and a little bit too wishy-washy. You kind of need that dark chocolate, kind of chocolatey hit to do it. So I'll carry on, and we'll come back when it's almost finished. Right, so it's done, and Probably could have done to me a little bit more chocolate on the top, but that's fine. And I've used more than a packet of biscuits, so that's 250 grams. I've probably used about 300 grams worth of ginger nut biscuits. Ginger nut, ginger snap, any kind of biscuits that you want. I have good feelings for this because it's worked in the past and the Rocky Road was lovely. It'll certainly give me very chocolatey, and I think that with the ginger biscuits, I think it's going to be really nice. So, into the fridge, let it set overnight, and then we'll see what it looks like in the morning. Or, well, you could make it in the morning and see what it's like in the night, on the night time. But a good 6-7 hours in the fridge, 8, something like that. Just to kind of let it set properly, and for the biscuits to kind of soak up some of the chocolate and the moisture kind of type of thing. So we'll see what it's like in the morning. So, been in the fridge overnight, so it should be nice and set. Yeah, that's alright, isn't it? It's quite hard. So we'll see how it turns out. I think it'll just some warm water in a container just to melt the chocolate on the outside, so it'll just pop out of the container just that little bit easier, rather than having to dig it out of the container. Just some warm water. If you're using a metal container, just a like a plumber's torch type of thing, just to heat up the outside. That works as well. But plastic containers, you can't do that. Plastic, you can't use a blowtorch on plastic containers, so it's just best just to heat it in a bit of water. So sounds like it's popped out. We just lost a bit of chocolate, but that's fine. And then we'll just heat up the knife a little bit in the water, so we'll get a better cut. But it looks alright. I think it'll be nice and indulgent. But we'll see. So we'll take a piece off the end. Where we're going to cut it. We're going to cut it in half. We'll cut it in half, and then we'll get it. No, we'll cut it there because it'll probably look the best just there. There we go. It's alright, so it gets a nice kind of effect. You're going to see that's why you kind of have to, that's why you have to stack it. There's a better view. That's why you have to stack the biscuits in an irregular pattern, so you don't get any kind of big chunks of chocolate. You build it like a wall, so we'll cut a piece off the end. We'll see what it tastes like. It'll taste, it's chocolate and biscuits. What's not nice? What's not going to be nice about it? Yeah, that's really nice with that. Using less water just makes it more chocolatey. There is another recipe where I think it's equal quantities. In fact, I'm sure it's equal quantities of chocolate and water. Just kind of what, obviously the more water you put in, the softer it's going to be, and you're going to get like make more for your money type of thing, because it's going to have, so that was 200 grams of chocolate. There'd be like another 100 grams worth of water in there. So you're gaining 100 grams worth of biscuity, rocky, roady, layered-y, chocolatey thing. I don't know what it's called. So you're gaining like 100 grams of that, so you're actually getting more for your kind of money, but obviously you're diluting the chocolate, so it's not going to be as chocolatey. So this is like a proper chocolate ganache type of thing. But yeah, any biscuits you want, chocolate biscuits will be fine as well. You get even more chocolate in there. Digestive biscuits, thin, rich tea biscuits, nice Nice biscuits, anything that you want is going to work. Right, so it's relatively easy, kind of a step up from cornflake buns. So if you wanted to make it with the kids, dead easy to make with the kids, and it teaches them about melting chocolate and then kind of like layering things, and then put fingers in the chocolate as well. So kind of messy, kind of fun, and then just something a little bit different. And that kind of that next step on from cornflake buns, I would have thought, and then you can go to Rocky Road and kind of move things on. But anyway, it works. It's nice. Works delicious. There we go.